In a quaint village between rolling hills and a crystal-clear river, there lived a humble and kind-hearted hunter named Kavi. His life was simple but content, with his daily routine involving hunting for food to sustain himself and his fellow villagers. One crisp morning, as the sun painted the sky with shades of gold and orange, Kavi ventured deeper into the forest than usual. The call of the wilderness had beckoned him, urging him to explore new horizons. As he followed the winding path, he stumbled upon an entrance to a hidden cave. Intrigued by the cave's enigmatic aura, Kavi decided to venture inside. The cavern was dimly lit, and as his eyes adjusted to the darkness, he beheld a sight that left him awestruck. Before him lay a chamber unlike any he had ever seen, a chamber bathed in the soft, warm glow of gold. It was a treasure trove beyond his wildest dreams. Piles of golden coins, glittering jewels, and ornate artifacts adorned the chamber. The riches were enough to transform the fortunes of his entire village. Kavi's heart raced with excitement, but a sudden thought stopped him in his tracks. "These treasures," he murmured to himself, "they don't belong to me alone. They belong to this land." Just as he reached out to touch the glittering treasures, a soft voice echoed through the chamber. "A noble heart you possess, dear hunter," it said, "but with great treasures comes even greater responsibility." Kavi turned to find a beautiful princess standing before him. Her eyes filled with wisdom and grace. She introduced herself as Princess Leela, guardian of the chamber's secrets. "You have stumbled upon a sacred place," she explained. "These treasures have been entrusted to my family for generations, but their true purpose is not material wealth. They are a test of character, a test of your inner strength." Kavi listened intently as Princess Leela recounted a story from her own life. She had once been a princess who had everything she desired but felt a deep emptiness within her. It was only when she embarked on a journey to understand the true meaning of wealth that she had discovered this chamber. "The treasures here are an illusion," the princess said. "They may bring temporary happiness, but they can also lead to greed and suffering. True wealth lies not in hoarding riches, but in sharing them for the betterment of all." Kavi's heart resonated with the princess's words, and he knew what he must do. He turned to her and said, "Princess Leela, I will not take these treasures for myself. I will leave them undisturbed and carry the wisdom of this encounter back to my village." Princess Leela smiled, her eyes filled with approval. "You have chosen wisely, Kavi. Remember, true wealth is measured not in what you have, but in what you give." As Kavi made his way back to the village, he pondered the lessons he had learned that day. He knew that the true treasure he had discovered was not the chamber of gold, but the strength of character and inner wisdom that had guided his decision. Little did he know that his encounter with the mysterious chamber was only the beginning of a transformative journey, one that would not only change his life, but also impact the lives of everyone in his village. As Kavi returned to his village, he couldn't shake the feeling of newfound purpose that had blossomed within him. The story of the chamber and Princess Leela's wisdom had taken root in his heart, and he was eager to share the lessons he had learned. He gathered the villagers under the ancient banyan tree at the center of the village, where they often met to discuss matters of importance. With earnest sincerity, Kavi shared his encounter with the hidden chamber, the temptation it presented, and the profound wisdom of Princess Leela. The villagers listened intently, their faces reflecting a mix of curiosity and wonder. Many could not fathom the idea of such riches and the restraint Kavi had shown. "But Kavi," one villager asked, "if those treasures are as valuable as you say, wouldn't it benefit our village to take them and improve our lives?" Kavi nodded thoughtfully. "It's true that the treasures could provide comfort and security, but they come at a cost to our values and principles. We must remember that true wealth isn't measured in gold, but in the strength of our character." The villagers exchanged uncertain glances. The allure of the treasures was undeniable, and some began to question Kavi's decision. That night, Kavi couldn't sleep. He felt the weight of responsibility on his shoulders, knowing that his words had stirred a powerful desire within the villagers. He knew that the true test of their character lay ahead, The following day, as Kavi ventured into the forest once more, he encountered a group of villagers led by Ram, a strong and persuasive figure among them. They had decided to enter the chamber and claim its treasures for themselves, believing that it would secure a better future for the village. Kavi pleaded with them, urging them to reconsider. "We can create a better future through hard work, unity, and the values we hold dear," he implored. "Taking the treasures will only lead to discord and suffering." But Ram and his followers were resolute in their decision. They entered the cave, and Kavi watched helplessly as they filled their bags with gold and jewels. As they left the chamber, they scoffed at Kavi's warnings. However, their newfound wealth did not bring the happiness they had anticipated. Instead, it bred envy and division among the villagers. Arguments erupted over how to distribute the treasures, and friendships that had once been strong began to crumble. Kavi, disheartened by the turn of events, sought solace by the river, where he often contemplated life's challenges. There, he encountered an old sage who had observed the village's turmoil from a distance. The sage spoke with a calm and knowing voice. "It seems your village is learning a valuable lesson, my friend. True wealth cannot be measured in gold alone. It is the treasure of unity, compassion, and harmony that sustains a community." Kavi nodded, understanding the sage's words. He realized that the chamber had been a test not only for him, but for the entire village. It was a test of their character, their values, and their ability to resist the allure of material wealth. With newfound determination, Kavi returned to the village. He knew that the journey toward inner strength and true wealth was a challenging one, but he was committed to guiding his fellow villagers back to the path of virtue. Little did he know that their collective journey was far from over, and more challenges awaited them on the road to rediscovering the true meaning of wealth and happiness. Kavi's heart was heavy with the knowledge that the village was divided by the allure of the treasures from the mysterious chamber. He could not stand idly by and watch his fellow villagers drift further apart. With determination burning in his eyes, he decided to take action. He gathered a group of like-minded villagers who shared his vision of unity and virtue. Together, they began organizing community events and initiatives aimed at rebuilding the bonds that had been strained by the temptation of wealth. They planted trees, cleaned the riverbanks, and worked on various projects that required teamwork and collaboration. Slowly but steadily, the village started to heal. Friendships were rekindled, and the sense of community that had once defined the village began to return. The villagers began to realize that true wealth lay not in individual riches, but in the strength of their bonds and the collective well-being of their community. One day, as Kavi was planting a tree by the river, Ram, the leader of those who had taken the treasures, approached him. His face bore the weight of regret and sorrow. "Kavi," Ram said, his voice filled with remorse, "I see now that the treasures we took have brought nothing but pain and division to our village. I wish to make amends and return them to the chamber." Kavi smiled warmly at Ram, recognizing the sincerity in his words. "It's never too late to make things right," he replied. "But remember, the true wealth of our village lies in our unity and the values we uphold." Ram, along with the villagers who had taken part in claiming the treasures, returned to the chamber. With a deep sense of humility, they placed the treasures back where they belonged, acknowledging the importance of their collective journey towards inner strength and wisdom. The village celebrated their return to unity with a grand feast, and Kavi and Ram shared a heartfelt embrace, symbolizing the reconciliation of their differences. The villagers had learned that the true treasures were not the gold and jewels within the chamber, but the lessons of compassion, forgiveness, and the strength of their shared values. Word of the village's transformation spread far and wide, attracting travelers and traders who wished to learn from their story. Kavi and Ram, now joined by Princess Leela, became respected figures known for their wisdom and the enduring moral lesson of their journey. The village prospered not because of material wealth, but because of the wealth of their hearts and minds. They had discovered that the path to true happiness and prosperity lay in the virtues of compassion, unity, and inner strength. As the seasons passed, the village continued to thrive, and its story became a beacon of hope and inspiration for others. The legacy of Kavi, Ram, and Princess Leela lived on, reminding all who heard their tale that the greatest treasures in life could not be measured in gold, but in the richness of the human spirit. The story of the village served as a timeless reminder that in a world often driven by materialism and desires, the true measure of wealth and happiness could only be found within, through the values we uphold and the strength of our character. Years passed, and the village that had once faced division and temptation had transformed into a beacon of virtue and harmony. The lessons learned from the mysterious chamber and the journey of Kavi, Ram, and Princess Leela had become an integral part of the village's identity. Kavi had grown older, but his spirit remained as vibrant as ever. He had become a revered elder, known not only for his wisdom, but also for his unwavering dedication to the village's well-being. Ram, too, had continued to play a vital role in the community, using his experiences as a testament to the power of redemption and change. One day, a group of travelers arrived in the village, drawn by the story of its remarkable transformation. Among them was a young woman named Maya, who was on a quest to discover the true meaning of wealth and happiness. She had heard tales of the chamber, the treasures, and the village's remarkable journey. Maya sought an audience with Kavi and Ram, eager to learn from their experiences. She found them seated beneath the ancient banyan tree, where Kavi had once shared the story of the chamber. Kavi, with a gentle smile, welcomed Maya and began to recount the village's journey, the allure of the treasures, and the valuable lessons they had learned along the way. Ram shared his own transformation, emphasizing the importance of humility, forgiveness, and the strength of unity. As Maya listened, her heart swelled with admiration for the village and its inhabitants. She realized that the true treasure of the village lay not in the chamber, but in the legacy of resilience and wisdom it had created. Moved by their story, Maya decided to stay in the village for a while, eager to absorb the timeless lessons of inner strength and virtue. She joined the villagers in their daily activities, participated in their community projects, and shared her own experiences with them. Over time, Maya's presence further enriched the village, and she became a beloved member of the community. Her journey to discover the true meaning of wealth and happiness had led her to the village, where she found not only answers, but also a deeper understanding of the human spirit. As the years passed, Kavi realized that it was time to pass on the village's legacy to the next generation. He gathered the villagers once more, much like he had done when he shared the story of the chamber and shared his wisdom one final time. "My dear villagers," Kavi began, his voice filled with warmth. "The lessons we have learned together are now a part of who we are. They are a testament to the power of inner strength, unity, and virtue. It is time for us to embrace the responsibility of passing on these lessons to future generations." With that, Kavi and Ram appointed Maya as the village's new guardian of wisdom and virtue. She had proven herself to be a worthy successor, carrying the torch of their journey forward. The village celebrated this transition with a grand ceremony, passing on the mantle of wisdom and responsibility to Maya. She accepted the role with humility, acknowledging the profound impact the village had on her own journey. As Kavi and Ram retired from their roles as leaders of the village, they knew that their legacy would live on through Maya and the generations to come. The village continued to flourish, not because of material wealth, but because of the wealth of their character, the strength of their bonds, and the enduring wisdom of their journey. And so, the story of the village became a timeless parable, reminding all who heard it that the greatest treasures in life were not found in gold and jewels, but in the richness of the human spirit, a spirit capable of overcoming challenges, finding inner strength, and embracing the true meaning of wealth and happiness. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more content.